Good morning, everyone. I'm here live from St Mary's with Awaaz FM, reporting on the current protests going on outside the St Mary's Leisure Centre. I'll be bringing you news stories and more, so I'll see you in a bit.
Leisure centre to close. It affects our communities. It affects our health, our well-being. It will affect generations to come. The SO14 is one of the most deprived areas in Southampton. We do not have any other leisure facility like this one, and we do not want this to close. This is a message to the media. This is a message to the Conservative Council. This is a message to the Conservative leader, Dan Fitzhenry. Look at the people today. We have hundreds of people who are going to be coming out, and they do not want this leisure centre to close.
At the heart of St Mary's, a community pillar, we bring you a tragic story today in which locals have gathered outside St Mary's Leisure Centre to show their support and help keep the centre open. Hundreds showed their support, including Labour councillors and community representatives, in a push to help save the centre. The centre is a hot spot for many in the area and many in the community, and as shown in the video before, powerful words from Labour leaders in a bid to save the centre which has stood for so long.
Today we have the Bangladeshi Association who represent a large membership. We have the Pakistani Welfare Association, they represent a large membership. A lot of their members use this leisure centre for badminton, for cricket, for football. We also have here today with us Faiza. Faiza is an Asian woman who lives in Eastleigh. She travels all the way from Eastleigh to the St Mary's Leisure Centre because most of her clients live in this area. And they are female only, women only exercise classes. And she comes here because a lot of the women here cannot drive, they cannot travel far, and it is most convenient for them. Now we need more people like her to continue the activities here, and if this leisure centre closes, the woman will not get easy access to leisure services.
Here we heard from Councillor Torkir live at the protest, talking about how important the leisure centre is for Asian women local to the area and how its closure will affect them.
To learn boxing. From here he springboarded all the way to St Mary's. Gino is also with us and he will be saying a few words, and it shows how people start from here and they move on. But Gino remained in St Mary's because all the children that attend his membership, attend the boxing, all live in this area. And he continues some of his activities at the St Mary's Leisure Centre. We also have with us today the Sumra Football Association. And they have a large group of youth. Mohammed Sumra travels all the way from Hedge End. We got Imtiaz who works in St Albans. He lives outside the SO14 area, and they come here especially to play football. But why do they keep their football? I asked them the question, why is football in St Mary's Leisure Centre and not in Eastleigh, not in Pitton or any other place? Because a lot of their children live in the SO14 area, they live in this area and they find it convenient. People are travelling from Eastleigh, from Hedge End, from other parts of the city to use this leisure centre.
Strong words from the councillor as he talks about all the individuals who use and require the centre. Some of the locals had this to say to Boris Johnson.
You see that Boris Johnson, he do dance club, these kind of things, yeah? But we don't like these dancing and club. We want a fitness. If everybody understand, we need a fitness for the Omicron and the coronavirus, yeah? Please, everybody stand for this leisure centre now. We need this centre. Thank you, say yes. We need it, yes.
Thank you.
What I can say is that this area it's been deprived for some time, mainly because the council cuts, as well as local government, as well as the Department of Education. There are no youth centres anymore. There are no places for young people to go and spend time learning new skills, forge friendships. Probably this is the last bastion, so to speak. This is the last post. So if we don't do anything to keep it open for the community, this area will have absolutely nothing for the young people. Not to talk about the adults. Thank you.
Passion, heart, and a sense of community is being preached in the streets of St. Mary's as locals show their enthusiasm to the cause. Hundreds of people fighting for their children and for their health. The community is strong today in St. Mary's. Here's what Councillor Torquay had to add.
Thank you, Dino. So I'd just like to mention that the Tories have given no option. They just want to close this legislature. And the worst thing of all is the consultation ends on the 24th of January and they close the leisure centre on the 26th. At a cabinet meeting on the 20th of December, your Labour councillors and other community members, they all asked questions, tough questions to the Tories, and they could not answer even one of the questions. And the main question we were asking is, why did you close it before the consultation? Have you got something rolled up your sleeve? Have you got a plan number 2, which is not for the community?
Once again, powerful words from Councillor Torquay. Next up, Pfizer, talking about how closure will affect women in the local area.
I have trained ladies locally in St. Mary areas, and I have trained them like numbers. We hired small ladies, train in mosques, we train in different places, and we have like so many ladies who come from this area and they're underprivileged. They had mental health problems. They come with 4 kids, and they wanted me to come and train them, but they didn't have enough budget. And I tried to approach Leisure Centre at that time, I think 2 years back, but they didn't allow because it was by Solent University, so they take the students. It was limited time, but my clients were female timing where they used to go, but they stopped and then they moved to the other new facility, which I tried to approach again to take my clients there, but we were refused because it's university and they have rooms there. They don't take anyone else except their students. And I would like to support this cause already. It's just not like leisure center, it's like people come here, ladies and men, a lot of other men, for their leisure time, they talk to each other. It's really, really important for mental health, especially in this area. I have witnessed, as a lady, I have seen not just Pakistani, Indian, a lot of Afghan ladies struggling with their mental health problems. So I think a platform like this, they don't have to do anything, it's all there, facilities there. They just need to get it running, make it available for all the people, and I think this is the best thing to support this thing. And we need to stand up, we need to be united together, not just for our own self, but the whole community. Thank you.
We got Bilal. Bilal plays cricket, very active with cricket and also badminton in the leisure centre, regular user. He has a large team of youth that use this, so he'd like to say a few words.
First of all, I would like to thank everyone who come here to support of this community. I've been living in Southern for 12 years now. This leisure centre was when I started and doing my activities with my team and friends. I would just like to say, everyone, just look at the bigger picture, what this conservative government is doing with us. So they started from first, look at the student pieces. They are going to 300 plus of the student pieces. Then look at the inflation rate, where it's gone, and the oil prices, everything. They are taking everything from us. Our children, they don't have any big grounds or anything here in this local area. All we got at this community center at here, yeah. And they are taking with us. What I want to you people to wake up before it's too late. They are taking everything from us. Everyone here who come here, I would like to say, everyone has at least 500 contact number in their phones. I would like everyone to go home and ring everyone they know and try to convince them to kick this Tory government out. Because we will have nothing, we will have nothing if we keep living here. So go home, bring everyone in your phone and try to convince them to come here and get together and pass a resolution against this government. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Once again, such powerful words from the community. Many believe that the council are taking everything from them, not just their sports centres, and the St Mary's locals continue to show their support here at the leisure centre. Here's what Karun, a local volleyball player, had to say.
My message is to City Council and the people who decided to closing down this leisure centre. We've been using this centre for 15 years, 6 hours a week. And we are a team, a volleyball team, a taxi drivers. We come in here not just for using the center for the physical activity, also we meet and greet and social activity as well. So if you're closing down this center, soon enough we're going to knock the NHS door and you're going to cost you more money. So leave this city leisure center open.
We want to save our leisure centre.
Also with us today at the protest was local MP Alan Whitehead. Here is what he had to say on the matter.
Thanks very much, Top here, and I'm delighted to be here this afternoon to express my solidarity with what you're doing to keep the leisure centre open and, most importantly, to keep it thriving for the future. I've known about St Mary's Leisure Centre for many years, particularly because I've played football in here for many years, and I know how important it is for the community in this part of the city, because it is not just another centre in the middle of the city. It's actually a centre that has a prime role to play in this community down in Southampton, and it is something that is literally quite irreplaceable as far as the community is concerned. And people know that it's not the most perfect building in the world. It's not the sort of one that features on all the television programmes, but it is a superb facility. It's something that I know that probably pretty much everybody here today has used at some time or other and need to continue to use it for the future. So we close it and get rid of it at our peril as far as the city is concerned. And I want to give my full support to the campaign to make sure that it is reopened and it is put in a position where it can thrive for the future and provide the service it's done for this community for so many years. So thank you for inviting me this afternoon, Top, and you have my full support for the campaign.
Thank you very much, Dr. Thank you very much.
And that was Alan Whitehead giving his full support to the protesters outside of St Mary's in order to keep the leisure centre open. Up next, an active community member speaking about what she thinks the City of Culture bid will affect on in the St Mary's area.
Hello everyone. I would like to mention how important is. Hello. I would like to say how important it is for Southampton to keep this leisure centre open. Southampton is applying for the being a city culture of 2025, and the leisure centre, which is the culture hub of the local community, is being shut down, and I think that's a really big step back, because as far as I know, my own daughter was using this leisure centre 3 times a week, and I know lots of people in the community are using. It's up to 300 people each week using this leisure centre.
Thank you, Romana. Thank you. We can see today that there are not only adults, we have women, we have children, we have people from all backgrounds and communities. Both of the pavements, footpaths are full. We have hundreds of people here today. Now this is a community and we're out and we don't want this leisure centre to close. Save our leisure centre! Save our leisure centre!
Speaking next was Councillor Sabia. She is local from Redbridge but has been using the community centre for many years now. Let's hear what she has to say.
Thank you, Takia. It's so amazing and humbling to be here. Oh God. Humbling to be here with hundreds of you from ages, backgrounds, religions, races. We are united here today, despite them trying to divide us. We are united and we are fighting back united to save this community hub. And the reason why I call it a community hub is because it's so much more than just bricks and a place where people go and play badminton or, you know, go climbing. It is a place where people do come together. I've been here, I grew up around the corner and used to come here regularly growing up. I've been to weddings here, I've been to prayers here. I remember being chased home from school one day and I hid in here and the staff said, you stay here as long as you need to. You'll always be safe here. And everyone, and I think that's the beauty of this place, everyone has their own personal connection and story to this amazing community asset. And while it's an important part of our history, and this building is 180 years old and it served our city and our community all that time, we've got a proud history, but it also deserves a very prosperous present and future as well, and that is why we're here. We are united to say that Conservative Council, you can pay and give £250,000 to 14 houses on a private road in Bassett. You can put £500,000 on a golf course, but you can't put £150,000 to keep a community asset that saves people's lives and has health and well-being. It keeps people going and brings people together. Shame on you! We will continue to fight for it, united, together always. Don't let them divide us because we are stronger together. We will keep this fight going. Thank you to everyone for attending and please fill out the consultation because at the moment they are not listening to you, they are not listening to us. They've already closed it before the consultation. We know the Conservative government is corrupt and now we found out the Conservative Council is corrupt and we're not going to stand for it in Southampton and we're not going to stand for it in this community. So join our fight, sign the petition, sign the consultation and keep fighting for St Mary's Leisure Centre. Thank you.
Thank you! Thank you very much, Dr.
Truly inspirational stuff from Manisha, sending a powerful message to the council. Real emotional stuff down here at St Mary's, and up next we've got Marianne, who's just 12 years old, and hear what she has to say.
I think that the next community centre should be open and stay open because it's the only place in St Mary's where we can actually be exercise and have fun and express our happiness. If this closed, it's probably going to stay closed for like 2 years and not have anything being done to it, so I feel like it should stay open.
Thank you very much. We have Mariam who said a few words, 12 years old. We have Manisha.
Like this.
Following from those lovely words from Mariam was a representative from the mosque.
Mariam is a student of Medina Masjid. We have hundreds of students and they all use this facility. We need this facility. If this facility is closed down, our community will be deprived. So please join this campaign and let's save our community centre.
Next up, a member of the Council of the Gurdwara to give you his thoughts.
Thank you very much. On behalf of the community, Rabi Road and Gurdwara area, I strongly support to keep legal center open, allowing children, small children that need some sports to play in this area. If this is that we close, we all children will go there. So इस करके मैं strongly advise करता हूँ, strongly support करता हूँ कि इस legal center को इस legal center से तो repairing की जरूरत है. Otherwise ਇਸ ਨੂੰ ਕੰਟੀਨਿਊ ਰੱਖਿਆ ਜਾਵੇ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੇ ਡਰਬੀ ਰੋਡ ਏਰੀਆ ਦੇ SO14 ਦੇ ਏਰੀਏ ਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਹਨ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਜ਼ਰੂਰਤ ਹੈ ਇਸ ਨਜ਼ਦੀਕ ਇਹ ਸੈਂਟਰ ਦੀ। ਸੋ ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਵੈਰੀ ਮਚ।
Thank you very much, Basul Saab. Thank you. I would just like to repeat what he said in Punjabi. ਉਹ ਇਹ ਗੱਲ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਸਾਡਾ ਲੈਜਰ ਸੈਂਟਰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਬੰਦ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ। ਜਿਹੜੀ ਵੀ ਇਨਵੈਸਟਮੈਂਟ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ, the council must make the investment. ਇਨਵੈਸਟ ਕਰੋ ਜਾਂ ਅਗਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਚਲਾ ਸਕਦੇ, ਅਗਰ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕਾਉਂਸਲ ਕੋਲ ਪੈਸੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਗੇ ਤਾਂ plan B, plan C. Give the leisure center to the community. Let the community run it. If you can't run it, let the community run it. Leisure center, save our leisure center.
The community leaders were out in full force, as we can clearly see. One community member had this to say.
Hello everybody and Assalamu alaikum. Yes, we know that this youth centre, this leisure centre, St Mary's Leisure Centre has been, from Monday to Saturday, it's been fully booked. And we know that hundreds of people use this leisure centre without Monday to Friday. The only day that it's closed is on a Sunday, and it's well used for the community. And we want it to be reopened. And we need all your support because the council is saying that they're going to close it, but we don't want it closed, we want to reopen. So we want to say reopen St Mary's Leisure Centre, reopen Leisure Centre, reopen St Mary's Leisure Centre. Thank you.
We also have the secretary of Abu Bakr Masjid, the Abu Bakr Mosque on Alder Road. He just told me that there's over 300 children from that mosque who regularly use this leisure centre for various different activities. And he mentioned to me taekwondo, karate. So they have their karate sessions at the mosque, but all the award ceremonies and the competitions take place at the leisure centre because they do not have a hall big enough to accommodate taekwondo championships. If you can't run it, let us run it. Save our leisure centre. Save our leisure centre. Save our leisure centre. Save our leisure centre.
Empowering words from the councillor. Councillor Talk here will now give a brief background on the issue going on at St Mary's.
So to give you a little bit of a background, the Conservative Council have invested in their budget, draft budget, they have put £500,000 towards the golf course in Bassett. Now, that is £500,000 on top of what Labour used to invest. Now, the golf course is owned by the council and we manage it. And we're saying it is fair to invest money in the golf course. However, they've invested £500,000 there, whereas the leisure centre requires £148,000 a year. Their priorities we can see. Their priorities are in the affluent areas and not in areas like ours. So the Conservatives do not speak for the middle class, they do not speak for the working class. So next time you have a Tory knocking on your door, no matter which ward you live in, because today we have people here from all different wards, from SO14, 16, 17, 19. If you get a Conservative candidate, knock on your door, ask them this question: why are you closing down St Mary's Leisure Centre? Where are your priorities? £500,000 on Bassett Golf Course, and you can't put £148,000 to save St Mary's Leisure Centre. Save our leisure centre! Save our leisure centre! Save our leisure centre! Save our leisure centre!
Now, Nabila from the Pakistan Welfare Association gives us her thoughts.
Hello, I'm from the Pakistan Welfare. I'm the secretary of the Female Wing from the Pakistan Welfare Association. I think it's really important that this facility is kept available, especially for the women and young girls from this community. They've closed all the private places for females. I think it's really important that we have this, especially as they don't prefer to mix with men when they exercise. And I think overall, a lot of the other facilities are closed for the younger generation, including the males. I think it's very important.
Thank you very much, Nabila.
Now, some powerful words from a community activist who used to use this sports centre when they were younger.
We started 1968 in the university, and we used to live around the corner. Alan knows it quite well. There was a housing department round the corner as well. And this leisure centre has been used. I am now 73 years old. I exercise and run almost every day. And I know how important the health is for the nation. This centre is the unique place where landmark of the society, landmark of Southampton. If we knock this down and build up a new premises, I just wonder what the Tories are going to say. Are they going to say we will wait for Sucre's report or something? Are they going to say our friends can have this land? I think we should stop them from and invest in the leisure centre, and I think it should be, health is important for everybody at all. Alan and I are a good example of over 70s as to why the health is important. Thank you very much.
So there we have it, a community in outrage, the streets full of passion, and a leisure centre closed for now. I have a feeling not for much longer. A sense of hope here in St Mary's as we wait for more news. I've been George, and I'll see you next time.